And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a fabulous Thursday, and you are fabulous too. Hey, welcome back. It's great to be here. We're going to be playing some Minecraft because that's just what we do here. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have some. I'm not gonna be replacing the squid. Not right now. It needs to happen, but it's not happening now, and it's kind of sad, my poor squid, but no. Today we are going to be dealing with something else. We're going to be looking at chickens. Briefly, we're going to be looking at chickens. Last stream, Tuesday, I grabbed a couple of chickens, stuck them up there on the hill. I need to set up a quick and dirty egg farm. And it's basically, I'm looking at maybe setting up a wither skeleton farm in the not too distant future. But to do that, I really need eggs. So, because the eggs will get baby chickens, and then the baby chickens get, killed by the wither, and then when they drop all the wither roses, it'll be great fun. So, do something about that. Of course, now as I'm thinking about it, I think I was just going to set this up with one hopper. Let's use it. Set up a couple. I think this will work. Should be reasonable anyway. All right. So let's meander over to the thing. So. All right. Well, crashing. All the crashing and stuff. Yep. So much crashing. All right. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to set up the egg farm over here. Okay. This is going to be really simple. Okay. Yeah, really simple. So what I want to do is we're going to set up shulker box. That's right. That's right. Shulker. We're going to have a hopper go into that, just like so. And I'm going to set up a couple of chests. Because, why not? So, and this is going to go that way, just to make the chests happy. Right. Okay, so we go like this. Now, obviously, I'm going to need a little bit more space for the chickens. El pollo, as somebody might badly say. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and hop up, or not hop up, as the case may be. There we go. All right. Throw another chest on there. Awesome. All right. And then let's go ahead and we'll stick that there. Now, the idea here is I'm not here to get chickens. I'm here to get eggs. So that's going to make things a little bit simpler, perhaps. Now, the catch is, how the heck am I going to get the chickens in here? I think, what's straight above me? Oh, not actually. Okay, that'll work. That will totally work. Okay. And you know what? Since I have the materials, let's go ahead and I'm going to go and just put the glass all the way around there. All right. Wonderful. Okay. Well, that part was the easy part. Not that any of this is going to be especially difficult, but sometimes it's nice to just designate one part of this as being easy so that when you end up doing something silly, you feel better about yourself when it just ends up, not quite working out the way you were hoping, right? Right. All right, so chickens. Yeah, see? Eggs, because that's what chickens do. All right, so step one. Whoa! Hello, chicken. Thank you for joining the party. Come with me. All right, now somewhere over here is the hole for the chickens. Come on down. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, you guys are just going to drop right down there. Yeah, you too. Uh-huh. And you're also going to go right down there. Cool. All right, now we'll just break the leads. Okay. There we go. That'll be easy. Nice. Okay. And so we should have chickens. Awesome. And the eggs will end up down here. All right. Great. Told you. Quick and dirty. So now these chickens will, you know, lay eggs because that's just what chickens do. And heck, I put one in there. Looks like we've got another one already. So there we go. We will very slowly add chickens. Now, what I could do, I don't think I want to, but what I could do is I could gather a few of those eggs and, you know, add a few more chickens to the egg farm. But I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. It's not something I'm going to be worrying about right away. And, you know, it might be kind of nice just to have them. Of course, you know what I could do, too? While I'm in the process of just making stupid little collection farms, I wonder if there was a... Aha! Hi. Should we get a, you know, scoot farm? A little armadillo scoot farm? There's another chicken. Okay. Maybe I'll be able to bounce this armadillo up here, or not, perhaps. Yeah, no, you go that way. That is definitely a way to go. Hi. I wasn't going to do this, but on the other hand, why not make you know, dog armor? Because, you know, if you're going to have dogs, why not give them cute clothes? I'm about to kill this armadillo, I think. The chickens were easy. They just floated down. This armadillo is maybe going to have a slightly harder time of it. All right, so we're going to let's bring him this way. All right. That's right. That's right. Come with me. Around the post would be great, thanks. Or, you know, don't go around the post. That's okay, too. Hey. Come on, man. You can do this. That's right. That's right. We're going to come right through here. Not into the nether. That would be... that would be awkward. I do need a couple more hoppers, so let me get my redstone chest out here for a sec. One redstone box with hopper. Great. Okay. This is going to be the easy part. Getting the box out of the ender chest. Remember what I said, designate one thing as the easy part? That's where we're at. Okay, now hopefully I don't accidentally send him down to the villagers. Or to the villager breeder thing. That would get really awkward. Okay. Yeah. So just set up over here. Same type of thing. Hopefully. Okay, good. I still have an armadillo. That's helpful. If you're going to collect armadillo bits, you need to have an armadillo. Okay, so that's going to go here like that. And, okay, I'm apparently out of glass. That's okay. Remember what I said about having resources? Yeah, now I don't. It's cool like that. All right, you come around this way. Good, good, good. Now, I think what I want to do. Okay, you gonna come this way? That's right. I'm just gonna push you right into the box. Right, that's how this goes. Okay. And now we cheese monkeys. I mean, it probably broke the lead, but which is what I needed, but I didn't want to be down here either. That would be, this is a bad place to be. See if I can get out of here. Woohoo! Okay. Made it. Wonderful. Okay. Sweet. Are out of there. Now. Okay, so now we've got ourselves a little armadillo scoot farm. I wasn't going to build that, but here we are. And that's okay. Don't have to necessarily plan to have everything. Or something. That's right. Okay, cool. Well, that armadillo could keep the chickens company. I certainly don't need a lot of scoots. So, it's not like I'm going to be making a lot of dog armor here. Just, yeah, not so much. Okay, so let's head back up. We'll grab some sleep. Some sleepy sleepies. Oh, and then, oh, I need to be down to the storage level. That would be great. All right, down we go. Drop off this terracotta, and then we'll get working on the base again. Terracotta, all the terras and the cottas. Awesome. Go. Yeah, I need to think about what I'm going to do with the reactor. The squid and guardians was a great idea, but I don't know that it just keeps being stupid. Because if it unloads while it's running, those guys just sort of get stuck, and then my squids die. And that's not great. Hey, Snoopers, how's it going? Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Okay. Yep. Now that we have a small egg farm, it's time to get back building up more on the base. And basically, it's more of what we did yesterday. We're placing some deep slate and some concrete and some snow and all of that good stuff. So, you know, great. Covering from what you think is an anxiety episode. Ew. That's not great. What's even worse is when you have to go through, you know, reruns. And that's not fun either. Cooking and, oh, homework time with the kiddo. always fun. Or, you know, at least that's the theory, right? Oh, man. Oh, we're going to get so much concrete. Hopefully, sadly, this will actually, I know it won't be enough to do another layer, but it'll be kind of close. Kind of. All right. Yeah, I had a day. I had jury duty today, so that was a thing. It's fun. So they show you this video beforehand that just talks about how you know awesome it is to be on a jury or something like that, right? And that, but included in that video is, hey, don't be sharing your thoughts about the trial while it's going on your social medias, including, you know, MySpace, because that's how recently the video was recorded. You know, I've had to report for a couple of juries. Of course, they show the same video in all of them, and yep, it's just getting a little bit slightly cringeworthy now. Now, I'll tell you, man, I didn't get called to be on the jury. I was there. I was reported. I didn't end up in the box. But I'll tell you, the defense attorney in this case, dude, you could not have cast a more stereotypical slimy defense attorney. Okay, I mean, it was just straight out of Central Casting. Do you need a slimy defense attorney? Here you go. And I'm sure he was, you know, reasonably good at his job. I guess, maybe, I don't know. But and I don't know, those of you who've also had to go through jury selection, have you ever had a when they're going through the process where they, you know, where they get to throw out jurors? Do you remember a defense attorney that just like was arguing their case as part of their jury selection process? You've been on jury duty, never called in for selection. Okay. Yeah, it was weird. So we're sitting there as they're going through with, I forgot what they call it. Viva con locos or something. But, no, vor dire or something like that. But, so they're going through, right? They're making sure the jurors are going to be impartial and all that stuff. And the defense attorney, as he's going through, I swear, this is the second time I've had to report for jury duty, and I've been sitting there through jury selection. And I swear the dude was like arguing his case as part of his jury selection process. It was the two times I've had to report for jury duty, both times the defense attorney was pulling this nonsense. And I don't know if that's like common. It was just really weird. But yeah, I've never had jury duty, never been called in for the selection. Yeah, see, I've had to report. I think this is the third time I've had to report. And it's funny that I've never been called up to be on the jury or even into the jury box to get grilled by, you know, the lawyers and everybody. But I was a witness on a case once, but that's different. But I was, the second one was funny. Okay, so it's a municipal court case. And so I've got the jury there. They show us the video. Said it's the same video. You can find it on YouTube, probably. You know, Colorado Judicial Jury, whatever. And Ed Sardella, who the longtime news anchor for 9 News, is doing the thing. And the second case, so we're sitting there at the municipal court, which, because I live in a small town, is held in the city council chambers. Okay, cool. So we're sitting there, we watched the stupid video, you know, now all feeling very patriotic about doing our duty to be on a jury and all that fun stuff, right? And I'm snarky. I actually think jury duty is important, and I want to be on a jury at some point, but have just never gotten that chance. But anyway, we're sitting there. They do the thing. We're waiting for the bailiff to come back in and give us whatever instructions, or basically waiting for the next step in the case to happen, right? So we're there for a few minutes. And the judge comes in. And it's a little bit unusual at this point for the judge to be addressing the jury, or the jury pool, but okay. Judge comes in and he looks at all of us. He says, all right, the defendant didn't show. Yeah, whatever that person was there for, municipal court, they just didn't show up. So judge said, okay, you're all excused, and have a nice day. On the other hand, I think my daughter had a weirder one. That said, okay, that was just strange. You know, said the defendant wasn't there. She didn't have a lawyer. They just didn't show up. But no, my daughter had a case that was just really bizarre. She goes down to the courthouse, right? You know, all right, go do your keep falling. To go do her civic duty for the jury, right? So she gets there, and oh yeah, it's all closed now. And they're waiting for whatever else to happen. And I guess at this point, right, the lawyers are sort of doing their last minute paperwork, right? Reviewing things. And one of the lawyers, I don't know if it was the DA or the defense attorney, but one of the lawyers looked down at the witness sheet, apparently, or at the case, and realized, Your Honor, I think I'm a witness to this case. And at that point, they had a discussion. And, yeah. And so they dismissed the jury. I said, okay, thank you for coming. We apparently have bigger problems. So, I don't know exactly what was going on, why they hadn't noticed that before, but it was so weird. It's like, which is why I think it was probably the DA, because I could have easily seen some junior attorney in the office going through all the paperwork, getting everything all set. And then it's now the DA's job to argue the case. But at that point, that's when they look down and it's like, I had the same question. Like, why didn't they realize that before? You would think, you know, that would be something you'd want to, not necessarily, oh, am I a witness to this case? Just looking at this stuff. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why that juror just didn't, you know, or that lawyer didn't realize that they were on the jury, or a witness to the case that they were now prosecuting. But it's like, okay. All right, this is awkward. It's also just far enough that if I crouch, I can't reach. Suppose I could jump. I just don't want to go falling off the edge again. I know, right? Ah! Remember what I said about not wanting to do that? Okay. There's a whole not there, right? I did not want to fall off the edge of that. But no, I had to fall off the edge because I'm silly and careless and clumsy and stuff. All right. That's fine. I'm going to grab a couple of rockets since I'm, you know, at that point where I'm falling off the building anyway. So yeah, anyway, weird stuff. But yeah, I would love to be on a jury once, okay? You know, because I think it would be interesting. You know, just it's not something I want to, you know, volunteer for jury duty every third Thursday or something like that. But just hey, this could be kind of fun. Can we? Or at least I've never done it before, and since I believe in a trial by jury, right? I like that that's a thing. I kind of think it's sort of important that if I want a trial by jury, I have to be willing to, you know, sit on a jury. But anyway, so that was a thing. No, I was a witness in a case once. I was working at it for an internet provider, and I think this was a civil case. I don't know. They didn't give me any of the details, but what had happened, it looked like, and my guess was that this was a divorce. But just sort of given what was going on, but one of the lawyers had come to us and said, "Hey, look, we got it. Basically, my client got signed up for a bunch of porn email lists. Some of those some of those email lists, when you sign up, included the IP address that you were signed up from. Well, I was working at an internet provider, right? So they came to us and said, okay, are these your IP addresses? Do you know who this person was? I said, okay, yep, I can look that up. I can't reveal it without a court order, but you know, because customer privacy is a thing. But said, okay. So we got it sorted out, and I was able to track down the IP address. Okay, this was in the dial-up days, so it was really easy. But it was which of our customers had been assigned to that IP address. And it turned out that happened to be it happened to be the other party to the case. So, which is why I'm kind of thinking this was a divorce case or something, where he got ticked at his soon-to-be ex-wife or something, and signed her up for a bunch of porn lists. Okay. Those all line up. Yeah. All right. But, you know, since I worked for the internet provider, you know, I had to go to court, you know, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and all that nonsense. And, okay. And, you know, it was weird. I never really thought anything of that, you know, because of people being called as witnesses, things like that. Obviously, it happens, right? Because I pretty much had, growing up, there were always at least one, and often two or three summons for, you know, to be a witness in a case, just, you know, up on my fridge. Why? Because my dad was a cop and was called as a witness in all of those cases where he arrested the defendant. So, So, you know, I never really thought anything of it until it's, oh yeah, by the way, you get to come be a witness here. It's like, oh, okie dokie then. But yeah, it's just crazy. All right, so this is going to come around this way. We don't have a whole lot more to do, at least on this side. Obviously, there's one more level above that I want to get at least some of the walls and stuff up so that I can start getting things laid out up there. I also need to get, you know, elevators all up so they all go all the way up, because my big ones, geez, I'm bad with the fences today. My big elevators are stopping too soon, right? They don't go all the way up to the top floor, so need to get those up all the way up there. You know, because that's a thing. All right, 1, 2, go. But you know, it's always interesting to sit through that, even just through the selection process. It's like, oh, Peppers, yes, go. Take care of your puppers. Okay. But yeah, it's always interesting to see. Is that the right place? Probably. No. Definitely not. Darn it. But anyway, it's interesting to see why some people get dismissed from the jury, you know. There's the occasional, health problems. We had a couple. It's like, I don't live in this county. Like, okay. Let's, guess we'll need to, dismiss you there. Okay. Have a nice day. But, okay. This is going to go this way. I've got one more column of deep slate going here. I need 2 more. Okay, really? That's all I need here. I just need 2 more. All the way down. Okay, yeah, it's just these corners have the... All right, well, I guess we'll go get some more deep slate. I've got it. It's just... That's just annoying. Oh, man. Hope Snooper's dog is doing okay. It was having some issues too. Apparently it's been just a weird time for all of that. It's like my boss, or I guess my grand boss, if you want to think of it that way. It's my boss's boss. He had to put his dog down here just the other day. It's like, man. Okay, so that's cool. So that's there to pop those in. But, okay, is this one? I forgot where I put the orange stuff. Oh, right, that one's weird. Hang on. Yeah, I did put it in the corners. Okay. All right, now, obviously I don't have the ceiling in place going all the way around. I don't think I'm going to do that today, but that's definitely going to be something I'm going to have to get in place, is be sure I've got all of this black terracotta, you know, coming out over all of these spaces. Okay. All right. Yeah, that just looks good. All that stuff. So, what is this? I don't know. I forgot how words work. It's one of those days for me. Just words are not a thing. These resin brick walls. I don't really need my mind to function. I have to work tonight. So, you know, it would be kind of handy. All right. Now, all right, so the next step, I'm going to go around. We'll get all of this stuff in place. I think what I should do is while I'm up here, let's get some glass. Because I don't think I have enough glass for this project. Awesome. So let's grab some emeralds. And let's go buy some glass. All right. You know, I saw a mod. I may have to play with it a little bit. Is that gave you access to the ASCII table while you were editing signs and stuff, or not just the ASCII table, but all of the Unicode stuff. That might be really handy for dealing with all of these signs and finding a slightly better way of designating who has glass and stuff. When I was thinking of doing shelves over their heads, which would look cool, but that doesn't work for these guys in the corner, so that would be a problem. So all right, and unfortunately, I mean, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I have a lot of the guys in the corner. I think they all sell glass and/or bookshelves. So, all right, I guess I'm out of space, which is fine. Let's go throw the rest of the emeralds back, and yeah, I'm gonna have to dye some more glass. All right. Okay, so yeah, because I've got some white glass here, so we'll go with that. Yeah, we'll get the glass. I'm definitely gonna need more glass than that. Did I have? Maybe I used it all. Okay. Which certainly possible. Okay. Well, let's get all the dye here. White blocks. White blocks. We're going to have all the white glass blocks. All right. Anyway. So anyway, that was a thing. And jury duty is important. You know, it's one thing to not want to go. I think most people don't want to be there necessarily, but it's an important part of that whole, you know, freedom thing we got going on. So. All right. Okay. So let's see. What else? What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. I am just having one of those days where thinking is hard. Yeah, the latest podcast dropped for everybody yesterday. Talked about the movie El Dorado, which it's actually a really good Western. It stars John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. Highly recommend. They did another one. I want to say it's like practically the same story. I think that one happened to be called Rio Bravo or something like that. But you know, instead of a character named Mississippi, it's a character named Colorado. I mean, it's just like, you know, sometimes they were in a hurry and they just put their ideas on repeat. Um, I was going to go over there. I'm going to actually come to this side first. Just finish that. And I believe, let me free cam out for a sec. Yeah, just glass all the way around here. So. Okay, so this is all going in. But there are a few others, right? I mean, I grew up watching westerns and stuff because that's what my dad liked, and so watched a lot of those. He also liked war movies and sci-fi, and so I watched a lot of that too. But oh yeah, I definitely saw, more than my share of John Wayne movies as a kid. And it's funny. I was on a board, sci-fi, website, fandom board type thing, and somebody there was there talking about how he didn't like westerns because they always ended up with the shootout in the middle of the street, right? The quick draw gunfighter in the middle of the street. And it's like, I grew up watching westerns. I think I saw that once. Oh, right. This is not going here. And I think it's because the only westerns this guy had ever seen was like the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. For a fistful of dollars and things like that. And honestly, I'm not sure I actually ever saw more than one of those. No, most of the westerns do end up in a shootout because so do most action movies. But rarely, very rarely are they all right, we're going to line up in the middle of the street and draw, It was, all right, we are now fighting the bad guys, and let's fight the bad guys. And man, there were some really good ones out there. I mean, it was the one I did see that had that sort of shootout was it was called The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And yes, John Wayne was in it. I think this is one of those rare times where John Wayne was actually the co-star in this movie. And Jimmy Stewart was actually the protagonist. He actually plays the titular character who shoots Liberty Valance. And Jimmy Stewart plays a lawyer. Guy is not a gunfighter by any means. He's going out to the West to bring law and order. He said he's a lawyer. He's going to, as civilization moves west, he's there going with him. And in this town, there's this tough bad hombre type guy, Liberty Valance, who's definitely does not like the lawyer, but he's also been causing other havoc. And John Wayne, I can't remember. I think he plays the sheriff, maybe? I want to say he's cop of some sort, sheriff, marshal, something. But I could be wrong there. It's been a while since I've seen it. But here's this lawyer, and it's told in flashback form. The lawyer, he's now running for Senate or governor or something. Because, in part, he was the man who shot Liberty Valance. And so he's reminiscing of that time as he's going back to that town or whatever. And yeah, eventually, yes, the Liberty pushes this lawyer too far and he straps on a heater. And yeah, eventually they do end up in that sort of shootout. But there's a fun question of, hey, did our lawyer actually shoot Liberty Valance? Or did John Wayne's character take advantage of the situation and shoot him, and give this lawyer gets the credit for it? I don't know. It's And that ends up being sort of the fun question, I think, that gets sort of left hanging at the end of the movie. But most of the movies I watched, excuse me, most of the movies I've watched that were, the westerns that were just so good, none of them had that sort of shootout in the middle of the street. Yeah, some great movies like the um, oh, why am I blanking? Well, The Professionals was a really good one, or oh, the shoot, it was based off the Seven Samurai, The Magnificent Seven. That's the one I'm thinking of, where they yeah, they get hired to protect the town, which, it's, you see this trope show up a lot. It showed up, obviously they basically just took the script of the Seven Samurai, translated it to the American West, and told the movie there. What did I? One of these things is not like the other. Oh, right. That whole column was broken. Right. Okay. Yeah, this whole column shouldn't be there. Anyway, The Magnificent Seven is amazing. I think it stars Yul Brynner, uh, and a bunch of other amazing actors. But again, it was one of those. It was a fabulous movie, great western, and did not do that sort of shootout in the street. But yeah, you see that story of hey, we're gonna hire these gunfighters to help protect our town, and you see that in The Magnificent Seven, you see it in The Three Amigos, you see it in The Mandalorian, right? It's a great trope. Okay. Yeah, good thing I made up all that glass. The Professionals is another one. This guy hires, okay, snow. There we go, snow. He hires this group of gunfighters to go rescue his wife, who was kidnapped and then taken across the border. Well, because she's across the border, right? The U.S. Marshals or the Texas Rangers, right? They can't do anything about it. So, right? So he hires this group to go into Mexico and rescue her. And so they head on down, and you get there's a couple of action scenes along the way, but they get down there. There's the rescue as they break her out of this camp, right? All this fun stuff, and come to realize that she wasn't kidnapped by the bad guy. She's his, I can't remember if they were married or engaged or something like that, but they were together. And the guy who hired our mercenaries was basically hired them to do the kidnappings. It was, because she had basically, he had taken her from her home originally. She was trying to go back, and this guy was not happy about it. but an excellent movie. Both of them are just fabulous. All right. Yep, got a ways to go here. Hopefully this won't be too bad. Like I said, I'd like to get the walls up for that the top floor there, or at least get the start of them so that I can start getting things in place. But yeah, not the oh right, I've already got all of, I was like, do I have to put deep slate in? No, I've already got all of the deep slate in. We're good. Okay, so this is all chugging. All right. All right, so that's all there. We've got our glass in place here. All righty. Next. Yeah, and I talked about it a little bit on Tuesday. Talking about maybe making some of these walls out of powdered snow instead of regular snow, so that I could, fly through them when I'm coming and going. Right? That would be handy. I don't know where I would put them, but it would be an interesting thing to do. The problem with it is that mobs can see through powdered snow. And last thing I would need is a skeleton with a flame arrow or a flame bow to shoot through the powdered snow and melt my walls, That would be awkward. Okay. So my jaw is surprisingly tired today. Don't know what's going on. Too much time chewing at dinner, I guess. I don't know. Definitely a little bit of soreness there. Okay. Cool. I think, yeah, just have to do this wall over here. And then we're done. So, or at least we're done with this floor. Almost. I mean, we've got, there's some lights and stuff that would have to go in too, but I'm more worried about just getting the walls up. Okay. Also, while I've been reminded of it, do you know it's a really bad idea to use one password for all of the services that you access on the internet? Yeah, that's just craziness. But keeping track of all of those passwords for all of the places you have to log into is just also a little nutso. But a link just dropped in the chat for Proton Pass. I think it's also in the description on YouTube. But Proton Pass Proton is an amazing privacy-focused company. They've been focused on privacy forever. And their password manager, they've got a free password manager. It's awesome. But if you sign up for their full suite of tools, it does all sorts of good stuff. So, checks to see if your accounts are included in data breaches and a bunch of other good things for you. So, definitely worth checking out. Okay, I believe all of my walls are in, right? Yeah, if you want to keep your data protected, they also have a great VPN. So again, check all that action out. Okay. Cool. So, walls are done at this level. All right, so what I need to do, let's see what's next. All right, so next, basically we're going to do, yeah, I need to clean up the concrete. And then I can do one more row up there, I suppose. You know, do that white stripe. There's going to be a couple of others, right? I need another something down here. I don't know if I'm going to continue the blue because I'm going to have a ceiling and some stuff up top here. Not entirely sure what that's all going to look like, but all right. Yeah. So deep slate. Going to need deep slates. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Oops. Where am I? That's the wrong room. Better signage. Okay. Just going to throw that in there for the moment. Here we go. Yeah, because this just turns out it takes a lot of deep slate to go all the way around the top of this thing. All right. Oh, I'm gonna need some more walls. Let's take care of that too before we head back up. All right, up we go. All right, so we've got a couple of things here I need to clean out. Actually, lots of things I need to clean out. So I think what I'm going to start with is let's just get this top row of concrete off. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot this part was a pain. It looks good, but it's just a pain to have to, you know, jump through and do all of these things. All right. So anyway, let's see. So we got Halloween's coming up. That's theoretically cheap candy, which is always fun. You know what's interesting? We were shopping a couple of weeks ago, and we're walking past the Halloween candy section in the grocery store, and my wife and I, we were able to just walk by it without being so tempted. We had to go check it out. You know, buy all the candies and stuff. I guess this means we're, you know, becoming adults or something. But yeah, we've both been sort of on this weight loss journey, and it's been going great, which is awesome. And I think that's also a sign that we are improving. It's like, yeah, we don't need to eat all the sugar. All right. Okay, so what are we probably about halfway around at this point. Oh yeah. Between all of the rows of concrete, I've stripped off the other layers. I might actually have enough to do one more layer of this light blue. Yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the top and bottom of this base. I've got a few ideas, but I'm mean, I've got some ideas like the top of the big elevators. I'm going to have a box with a happy ghast. It's like we've harnessed the power of the happy gas to. Oh, okay. Fall down here now. Since I'm down here, let me just do a quick pass and see if I've dropped any concrete. Doesn't look like it. All right. And we are back over here somewhere. Right. Oh, okay. Scaffolding. Found the scaffolding. It's it exists. Okay. Sorry, I had to take care of a spammer over there on Kick. All right. Okay, so got this going on here. Have to move that torch. But yeah, I may have to talk about some of those older westerns as as part of the podcast and stuff. Just again, we're talking really late movie reviews. El Dorado was from like 1957, something like that, or 60 something. It's older. Okay. All right, so now we've got a couple of places where I need to get down here and get these corners cleaned out. So do that. Yeah, so this is going to look really cool when it's done. I don't know what it's all going to obviously I don't know what the finished design is going to look like because I haven't built it yet. That would require planning. Good morning, Christina. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day over there on Kick. Day's going okay. All right. Okay. So, we're definitely making some progress. This is just going to take roughly forever, but that's okay. This is why I don't like to detail first, right? That's why I like getting the shape in, and then I don't have to try to do new details as I go and do the thing. Do I like some Minecraft skin? I think I'm good. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get all of this sorted out. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to make a Minecraft skin for me. It's not like I'm going to be paying for it. Because that would require having money. And this may come as a surprise, but it's not something I have in abundance right now. That would be this one. Right? Right. No. So, Christina, that's going to be a hard no. I do not need you to make and or sell me a Minecraft skin. Thanks. Because I don't want one. And I don't need to connect with you on Discord so that you can get all of my private information and then spam me with other things. And yep, welcome to join my Discord server, but I'm not going to DM you. Okay. And we'll just drop the ban. Okay. Boring conversation anyway. All right. All right, so that goes. Got this corner over here. I really should go pick up that concrete I dropped. Okay. All right. Got to sleep, so let me come down here. We'll pick up that. Oh, it's just one block. Strangely enough, I thought I dropped more than that, but okay. And, oh, so I know I've got a bed up here somewhere. It's over on the side. Yeah. I'm going to be having to come in, and there's going to be so much terracotta to put in here. It's going to be a little bit crazy. All right. Where was I? Okay, so did that. Got that corner in over here. Okay. Cool. All right, it's fine. Got it. We got it. It's all sorts of stuff here. All right. Yep. The scroll wheel definitely has issues. It's like every once in a while, I'll go to scroll down and it scrolls back. It's like, what the hey? But it's whatever the cheap throwaway mouse was that came with the computer. Since the other mice I've gotten, I had these Logitech mice, which were nice. They were great to use. They just would occasionally just completely forget how to mouse. They'd forget all of their settings. They would, including, hey, here are the buttons that, click on things. I got really sick of that. Okay, well, that goes there. Yeah, all right. Right, I think. Oh no, it goes up one block. Right, because, yeah, that goes around. All right, cool. All right, so now I have, oops, ta-da, this corner over here. I suppose I could have been going all the way around this and placing blocks as I went, but I want to get the corner decorations in first. If I'm going to run out of deep slate, which is a possibility. I went and looted my ancient city for everything I had left in the storage over there. And I'm kind of out, so we're going to have to get more. I think I know how I want to get it, but that is going to be a problem for future me. This one? Yeah, this one. Yeah, there's another ancient city nearby. So I think what I'm going to do is head into towards the future somewhere, is get my shrieker silencer going, and then go dig out and dig 2 and then raid the city. I'd hope the shrieker silencer still works. That is always the catch, isn't it? I think it does. Hey, Golden, how's it going over there on YouTube? Hope you're having a fabulous day. All right. And up and up and up and up we go. All right. Thanks, man. It's coming along. Took a little while to figure out how I wanted this what I wanted it to look like, but we're starting to get there. Okay. Okay, come on. We can do it. Okay. All right, and I think I'm now all the way around. How am I doing? That is not going to be enough deep slate. Okay. Well, that's not good. Let's see what I've got in the storage. All right. Also, we can drop off some of this other concrete. All right, deep slate. Let's see what I've got. I do have a bunch of regular deep slate, which is unfortunate because I have to turn it into cobbled, but it's okay. Let's oops, there we go. Stonecutter. Let's hope this will get me around the top. I think I'm pretty close. I would really rather not do that deep slate dance. Alright. But hey, we're making progress. We're making progress. So how you been, Golden? Hopefully things have been going well with you. Come on. Let's place the blocks in the right place. That would be helpful. Thank you. All right. Yeah, this is going to be good. The now I'm pretty certain I've got enough snow to come around and do this top layer of walls and glass and stuff. It's just at this point I don't think I have enough deep slate, at least cobbled deep slate, to do the edging around the top of this next layer of walls. Which is annoying, but again, I have a bunch of regular deep slate I can break down and do all the stuff with, right? So it'll happen. It'll just be slow. Okay. All right. So how long did it take to... You know, honestly, I haven't been keeping track because, you know, I haven't been working on it constantly. I'll go do other things and stuff, but I've been in this area for a couple of months, but, you know, for the most part, it's been just time on stream and stuff like that because I have a day job and a life, things like that. So, you know. All right. It also helps that I didn't start from nothing in this area. This is I started building in this world in an ancient city. Took a break to play a little bit of Create Mod, and then came back. And so it's like, okay, I had all my tools and all that other stuff already available. So that made it easy, you know. Plus detours to build like the resin farm over there, and I really need to clean that up. It's looking a little unfinished, I think. I have a general idea of what I'm going to do with it. I think it's got all of that orange concrete in it. You can see around the base. I think I want to replace that with resin. You know, probably resin bricks rather than just the resin blocks. I think that would be good, but certainly have enough resin to do it, so. So yeah, it'll be cool. All right, so let's free cam around here real quick and take a look. All right, I think we're doing okay. Okay, that corner's good. Those corners are in place. Got the beams going all the way up through that section. Again, I've got one more row of walls to put up here. Okay, but that corner's in. Those corners are in. Okay, what do you know? I think I might actually have stuff kind of done around there. Nice. All right. Cool. So this is all going to come up this way. So let's build this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, technically, it would be 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because it's 5 for the walls, and then the trim goes up at this level here. Okay, so it's at the same level as this terracotta. All right. Well, that's doable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, yeah. No. Again, with this whole placing blocks in the right place, definitely a problem that I have. You know, some people are good at Minecraft. I'm not one of those people. Okay. Oh, that should have plenty of light because that torch is right there. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. That goes there. Yep, and that's in place. All right. No, we're good. Said I can get some of these corners done. Boy, I'm out of deep slate. Okay. Right. That is there. I guess what I'm going to do just real quick is mark where this is going to go. Right? Because, yeah, it's that corner. 1, 2. It should be that one, I think. Yep. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. That should be, again, this one, which is in the middle of that section of blocks. There's like a section of oh. Jeez. Like one block, just one block pillars there as part of that curve. So that goes there. All right, so this is going to come around this way. That. All right. And I'm out of deep slate. Okay. Nope, that's just peachy. All right, well, let's go see what I've got. Let's go see. We've got... So I know I've got some deep slate, but a lot of it is... yeah, a lot of it's this stuff. I do have some tile. Oh, actually, that might be enough tile to finish around the outside. I also have some cracked tiles as well, but that might be... Actually, it's probably not enough to finish the outside, but should be getting kind of close. All right, let's get... All right, let's get another tool here. That one. All right, yeah. Grab my fortune pickaxe and let's get some rake. Oops, again, it's down here. Just grab a couple of stacks of regular deep slate. And we'll just build it up and cobble it down, you know, all that good stuff. It'll be fun. No, seriously, it's going to be all sorts of exciting or something. It's going to be all the something. Well, cheese monkeys. Okay. All right, let's just hop down here. We'll. This seems as good a place as any to start building, or at least stacking up for this to clean up the steep slate. Anyway, I hope you all are having a good Thursday. I don't know if there's working on fun projects, other exciting things going on. It's TwitchCon this weekend, right? That would have been fun to go to. There's I would have loved to have gone to TwitchCon and hit some of the meet and greets, because some of my streamer inspiration people are there, right? People like Tango Tech and Impulse SV, and I would love to get a chance just to say hi, and they definitely are a bit of an inspiration to me, as they are both technical builders, which I do a lot of Redstone stuff, though obviously I'm not doing that right now. But I love Redstone, and so I love seeing what they've got going on. But the fact that they're both not children, right? They're all sort of middle-aged guys like me, and I appreciate seeing some older guys, doing the Minecraft streaming YouTubey goodness, right? And actually being, somewhat successful at it. And yes, I would love to meet Pearlescent Moon. I like the Hermits, what can I say? But the reality is Pearl is about the same age as my oldest daughter. Maybe a year older or something like that. But, children, right? Yeah, that would be fun. But that is going to have to be a problem for future me. So, all right. If you have problems for future you, did you know you can get merch that says that's a problem for future me over at musicfreegaming.com? Yep, you totally can. It's awesome and amazing. You should check it out. Because, shameless plugs and stuff, right? That's what we need more of, right? Shameless plugs. All right, I think I've got enough of this now that I might be able to get around the outside here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And yes, it would be 6, but I'll worry about all of that stuff later. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll get the snow in place over here first, and then worry about running that along the top. That way I don't have to worry about trying to match up with what's underneath. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be 6. This one I will do full height because I want to get the resin in. 4, 5. Okay. Alrighty then. So this one comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I get the resin, all the glass, right? All that fun stuff. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was toying with the idea, and I still might, toying with the idea of putting in happy gas hangers up here. And I think I want to do that. I just need to figure out what I want it to look like. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be a problem for future me, but I think it's going to work. Now, oops. Oh, I was hitting my head on the thing. Okay. So kind of what I'm thinking would happen, I'm actually thinking that the gas would come into this wall here. so that when I'm getting off the gas, I'm standing at the level of of the floor here. Okay. Does that make sense? Now, what that would look like, I'm not entirely sure. Of course, the other thing I could do with it, which is worth considering, is I could have the ghasts parked on top, right? I'm going to have a ceiling and some stuff up there. And if I turn this into powdered snow instead of regular snow, then I could just fly them right through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would be kind of nice. It would break up the, or it wouldn't break up the pattern, right? It would still get, this wall. It wouldn't break up the blue. That's actually an interesting idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Would it be the right idea? It could very well be. Oh, okay. I do need to make some more walls here, though. All right, all right, all right. Well, let's go make some more resin walls. Well, let's get this corner done first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That means this goes up. There. I can reach it. We're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Sweet. All right, let's go get some more resin walls because they're cool. So have any of you out there been playing with the Happy Ghast? I've been. Oh, not even the Happy Ghast, but like the copper golems. Oh, they've been so fun. It made setting up the sorting for the system so easy. So easy. I mean, you know, I've built big multi-item sorting systems before, but they're a little bit of a pain. Right? Just the redstone's twitchy. There's a lot of it. It's a little finicky. And if you got one that's doing like mine carts, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is just even worse. 2, 3, 4, 5. How am I doing on deep slate? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cap on that side. I should have put the cap on this side too, but it's all right. Because yeah, we've got resin coming in through here. All right. Yeah, may have to go through and break up some more regular deep slate, which I have because I just occasionally accidentally was digging deep slate with a silk touch pickaxe. 2, 5, 6, which is annoying. You know, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It would be nice to be able to just craft the deep slate, you know? 2, 3. Should be this one, right? Yep. Yepers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That side up. Which should be right here. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, we'll get all of these sections up where the resin's going to go, or at least the stuff that's on the outside. And then I think I've got enough materials then to come do the outside wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which, of course, is important to the whole I want to have walls sort of thing, right? I know, it's weird. I have to admit, you know, you want to put walls in your base, you kind of have to, you know, put the walls up. It's very technical. I get it, but it's true, you know? Just, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost certainly going to need more deep slate than I've got. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Well, night's falling, so let me go ahead. We'll head down. Sorry, that one's a little bit tight because I ended up having to squeeze it around a water system in there. But yeah, let's go get some more deep slate. So we'll probably just need another couple of stacks. 2 stacks again should do it. Okay. Yeah, so we'll get that done, and then we'll do some of the rest of the stuff here. So, you know what I don't have is a good way of getting out of this space, out short of falling. I mean, I've got that way down to get to the nether portal, and of course I've got the ghast bridge. But yeah, as far as hey, I want to get down to the valley floor here. That is a problem I do not have a solution to. So we'll see. The thing I've got though is I've got these bubble columns coming up. The outside bubble column in each of those goes up. They all go up into the base. The inside bubble column also goes into the base, but it goes up into the storage systems in various places. With the exception of the one on this side, which does have an up and down so that I can get up and down to the nether portal. Which is weird. It's a long way down, but the portal's at Y64. It's hard to think about that sometimes, or sometimes it doesn't click for me that, hey, I'm building my base. Yes, it's in the sky, but it's not really that high up off the landscape, really. But I'm in this Badlands, and so this is actually like mountainous terrain as far as like Y level goes. So yeah, this is all kind of up here a little bit. Okay. Gotta mine it with the pickaxe, not with deep slate. Oh, of course, I did step out of the range of the haste beacon, so go me. All right. All right. That's fine. No, we're great. Everything's wonderful. It's not like I wanted to dig this out quickly or anything. That would have made sense, but no. Come over here. Oh, man. But that's okay. We're doing all right. So, let's see. What else is going on? We've got plans here for this. So, obviously, I'm getting the outside done. I've got a little bit of an egg farm going so that I can deal with chickens. For a wither skeleton farm I'm going to be setting up here in the not too distant future. Okay. All right, so we've got all of this set up along the outside, so cool. So that's awesome. All right, I'm going to wait to get all of this deep slate in place. Let's get the glass and the snow and stuff in first. Okay, so glass is going to be a thing. I hope I have enough. I could always buy more from my villagers, but all right. Well, that should be you know what? Let's go buy some glass. Just while I'm thinking about it, it just feels like I'm gonna need some more than I've got. Okay. I didn't look to see how much I needed, but more than I have, I think, is a good answer to that question. How much do you need? More? Yeah, it's the toddler answer. It very much is. You know, you ask a toddler how many chicken nuggets they want. More is typically the answer you get, or how many cookies or things like that. Yep, more. It's just, yep, I get it. That's the answer we're working with here, and you know, it's a fair answer in this case because I think it's accurate. I am going to need more glass. So, you know, actually, you know what I should be doing? Let's maybe mend up my pickaxe while I'm getting this glass. All right. Yeah, I really do. I need better marks on the signs for what they sell here, whether it's glass or bookshelves. Obviously, the enchantment's pretty well laid out. This guy sells loyalty. Okay. Right. Stick that in there for the moment. Now, I don't actually have a crafting table in this room. I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't expect to do a lot of crafting in there, but I should find a place to stash a ender chest, but okay, white glass. All right, good enough. Let's grab those. I guess I can leave those emeralds in there. They'll be fine. It is nice to have a few emeralds just hanging around in case a wandering trader comes around that has something I actually want. It does happen, you know. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's where we need to be. And I'll be running deep slate along the top of that. Okay. All right, so once more around the way, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now counting. Counting's a thing I'm not good at, so we try to just let Minecraft do it for me, or okay, sometimes just place the blocks in the right place and then we're good. Nope, that's just one of those times. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's one of those times where I just, no, we're not going to place the blocks in the right place. That would be silly. Okay. Yep, this is one of those bases. I knew it was going to be on the larger side. I didn't expect it to, I don't know why I didn't expect it to be this big. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I knew exactly how much I was laying out. You know, when I laid out the base of this base, it's all about that base. You know, I knew. Oh, pop this way too. You know, I could see how wide it was, and I knew, okay, I'm going to have 3 floors. I'm going to have space in between the floors for redstone, right? Because I knew I was going to have my storage system in here. I was going to need the space for it, as well as potentially a few other things. Oops. You know, I knew that was going to be a thing. But knowing that is not nearly the same as seeing it. 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, this is getting to be a fairly significant, oops, hey, I'm inside the creeper farm. Fairly significantly sized building. So, you know, I say it a lot. I suffer from accidental mega base, right? I never set out to build a large base, but sometimes I do. Though I suppose by the standards of some Minecraft YouTubers, this is actually not that big. It's okay. You know, look at builders like Fwip and that crazy hardcore world he's got going on, man. It's just... Okay. Stopping there. Because I don't know what I'm going to do for this little cutout. I want to do something a little different. I just don't know what, so I'm going to wait for that for a minute. Yes, sometimes I do remember that I can be efficient when I place blocks. I know, it's weird. It can happen to you, though, too, so it's okay. If you end up with spontaneous efficiency, that's just fine. Just go with it, accept it for what it is, and enjoy it while it lasts, because at some point you'll go back to your normal inefficient ways, and that's okay. All right, I think I counted that okay. Yeah, I did count that all right. All right, so that goes around there, and then we've got this side over here, and then the rest is snow. As I said, I might... We'll see about gassed parking up here. Because I think that would be cool to have a nice, convenient place to park my happy gassed, right? I'm sure he's sort of chilling. I don't know, where's my base? He's sort of chilling over there, which is fine. It's a good place for him. But I think it would be nice to have a place actually within the floating whatever it is. Anyway. So let's see what else is going on. Probably something. Oh, hey. Danger spots. Let's watch for those. I don't have all of the light up here yet, so... Yeah, so... Hang on. Minecraft, you gonna be okay with... Alright. It's alright. It's fine. It's survived somehow. Okay. Alright, so that's good right around there. And then this end here. Okay. And, oh, right. It's like, why is that so much higher? That makes sense. I probably should have just gone back and finished that side first before coming over here, but that's okay. We'll make it work. The blocks will all get placed. You know, it happens. But let's see what else is going on. You know, I got the podcast out today talking about the movie El Dorado. I've already got a topic, I think, for or that I'll record on Saturday. I sent him a couple of blocks. Yeah, I'm a week ahead, I think, so won't come out next week. But I had some interesting thoughts. I was listening to a podcast that were talking about AI and live sports and stuff like that. It got me thinking. So it's gonna be an interesting topic, I think. Not necessarily sports, but AI and live content, I think, is going to be interesting. So start to figure that out. But yeah, if you want to check that out, just dropped it in the chat over there on most of the happy places. But yeah, just I said I talk about all sorts of good stuff, but Talk about tech, talk about movies, talk about just whatever happens to be on my mind. That's a fun thing. Comes out once a week. Try to keep the episodes to about half an hour. Sometimes I even succeed. Okay. All right, so let's head down. We'll sleep. We'll get the snow and get... I think I'll put all of the walls up with snow. Just the regular snow blocks. And then we'll deal with the powdered snow afterwards. When I kind of decide where I want it to go. Okay. All right. Oh, I had plenty of glass for that. All right. All right. Oh, remember to hydrate, y'all. Water is awesome and amazing. And if you have yet to have had a need to drink today, or some sort of water type beverage, you might want to do that. All right. And up we go. All right. All right, so much snow. But it beats doing concrete. And actually it beats doing concrete for a couple of reasons. One, concrete's just a hassle. I don't have a good concrete machine, right? I've got a little place where I can, you know, auto place and break concrete, you know, one of those little pools and things, but I don't have like a concrete factory or something where I put a bunch in and it gets auto harvested with TNT and stuff like that. Partly because I just don't have that much TNT. The gunpowder is not a problem. I have shulker boxes of gunpowder. Multiple shulker boxes of gunpowder. So much gunpowder have I. What I don't have is sand. Turns out sort of important on the whole make TNT project. Okay. Oh yes, it's going to take so much snow. But that's okay. I have a lot. I ended up digging up a bunch when I dug out the area underneath the shulker farm where the snow globe is. You can go see that process. You know, it's on the YouTube channel. You can go back in the live section there. Back in the VODs and stuff, but yeah, I ended up digging out a lot of snow. A lot more snow than I was expecting. And I'm glad I kept it because I think it provides a better wall. You know, it's got a little bit of that blue tint, which works really well with the light blue concrete. But it also means I'm not pulling in the concrete or trying to get something that works with this pale oak or anything like that. So yeah, I think it works out okay. And I can always get more snow. If all else fails, I have a snowman. I mean, not here. This place is a little too hot and spicy for a snowman. They're a little more chill. They like a nice chill, you know, place to hang out. And a Badlands is not chill. Okay. All right, we're getting there, gang. Okay. All right. Now, I put the snowman over in my ancient city so I could farm up snow layers. Well, also so I can farm snowballs. You know, to keep the happy guests, you know, happy. If there's one thing happy guests like, it's a snowball. But snow layers make great filler for the sorting system. Right? To make things nice when the copper golems throw things into the chests and stuff. So Okay. All right, getting there. Almost. There's lots of almost happening, but that's okay. You end up passing through almost through just about any project, you know. Are you done? Almost. Did you get all of the decorations in? Almost. You know, and almost is okay. That was the last of the snow. Ah. All right, cool. Well, let's go put the snow away. Got to go down the right elevator. Let's put the snow away. Grab the deep slate. Again, I hope it's enough. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that into the tiles. All right. And up we go. Oh, but this is going to be so nice. Right. Right. Yeah, once I figure out what the heck is going to happen with the top of this building, and I have no idea. The top and the bottom, I have not a clue, okay? You know, I didn't plan out much of this, so I put the shape in. That's about as much planning as there was. Right, so that's the wrong button. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see here. Actually, let's pull up this map. Right, it's got this great shape to it. Right? That was fun laying that out. You know, it looks great. But that's about as much planning as I got. Now, I did have a couple of general thoughts, okay, which, again, happens on occasion. You know, it's okay. If you have thoughts, you're allowed to have them, okay? Social media hasn't driven it from you fully. I sense the thoughts in you. Okay, that's just silly. But okay, we'll go with it. But I did know that when I started on this, I wanted it to be bright. I wanted it to be white. I wanted it to be... I didn't know what color I wanted it to be. Obviously, I ended up going with light blue. But I wanted something that would stand out against all of the reds and browns here of the Badlands. And I think this kind of works for that. Okay. This is going to be one of those screenshots we take from the bottom so that we don't, in fact, see that it's lacking any sort of... Okay. Yeah, now I said I do have some more deep slate if I have to. And hey, if I have to dig it out, maybe I'll do it within range of the haste beacon. That would be like, you know, smart and stuff. I don't know if that's actually allowed. Are streamers allowed to have good ideas and stuff while they stream? I'm not entirely sure they are. I think sometimes that's at least kind of sort of like a gray area. Maybe not totally forbidden, but kind of taboo, you know? But that's okay. We're going to go with the taboo of actually having thoughts. It's okay. You don't have to be scared. We'll get through this national crisis together. Okay. Let's get the rest of this going. Yeah, we're almost done, though. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, but I think we can get there. All right. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of torch spam on top, but that's okay. Okay, so anyway, oh, let's see. So obviously, I mentioned Halloween's coming up, which is fine. I don't like Halloween personally, but for those of you who are totally down with it, that's awesome. I am looking forward to Christmas. I can't look forward to Christmas. I've got Thanksgiving to do first too. But aha, we did it. We had enough. Okay, but still, I like Christmas. I like Christmas season. I like Christmas songs. Okay, if you play the same Christmas song over and over, it'll get old. But in general, Christmas songs are cool. Okay, yeah, I need to bring the elevators all the way up. And yeah, it really could use some more detail work on the outside. But not bad all in all. I think once I start adding some shape down here and adding some stuff along the top here, I think we'll be okay. All right. Just give this a quick pass around the outside. Make sure I've got all of the deep slate and the resin in the right place. This is one of those things that I really like FreeCam for, right? It's not like I'm using it to X-ray or anything like that. It's just, hey, can we just take a quick look-see? It's really hard to do with an Elytra. And it's also kind of nice to be able to show all of you. Okay, we are set. Awesome. All right. Cool. So now it's just a matter of getting the whatever's done on the top up there. Okay, which is great. So, all right. Well, let's I think I'm going to throw all of this into the sorting system, at least the glass in this deep slate. Yeah, we'll just throw all of this in. Okay. Now, all right, so we've got a couple of empty shulkers here, which is fine. I'm not lacking in shulkers. I have 25 stacks of shulker shells. And that's just what's in my ender chest. Turns out, when you build a shulker shell farm, you do in fact end up with a lot of shulker shells. That's just those farms just are insane. Okay. Right. So let's come in here. I want some. Throw all that white glass in there. Okay. I'm going to need some green glass and more of it than I've got. All right, that's fine. I guess we're going to go shopping again. Do I have green dye? Yes. Excellent. All right, so we'll get that. I'm also going to need some resin blocks, which I've got a few of those. So we'll grab that. Yeah, see, I've got some resin. Okay. Yeah. So making concrete is a pain. Okay. The gravel is just annoying to get, and then of course all the sand. So okay. We are out of emeralds. Okay, that's fine. We'll just come buy some. Hi. I would like some of your emeralds, please. Thank you. Alright, and we're going to get the emeralds. They like iron. It's tasty. It's good for your blood. Or, you know, until you end up with too much blood, and then, or too much iron in your blood, and that's a problem. Alright, oh hey. They've reset already. Perfect. Hi. What are you doing? Yeah, this is why these guys are here. Yes, it's nice to get the tools and the armor and stuff on those rare occasions I need it. But more importantly, it's they're the ATM. That's the bank. That's where we get all the money so we can go buy glass. Okay, glass. Yep. All right. Now, I'm not going to need that much green glass, but go ahead and buy it. We'll throw it in the system. It'll be nice to have it just for the next time I need glass, you know? And it doesn't take that long, really. Okay. Okay. It would have been nice if more of these guys sold glass, but, you know, I wasn't willing to go that crazy with it. I got bored enough just grinding out the villager trades for all the books. I certainly wasn't going to throw one away just because he didn't have a glass trade. That would have been... I will occasionally sit through that grindiness, but this is not the day that I wanted to do it. Okay. Oh yeah, it's definitely starting to feel, I was going to say closed in, and that's not entirely wrong, but it's definitely beginning to feel more like a base and not just floating platforms, you know? Okay. All right, and oh, I had the dye on me. Well, that's fine. That is just fine. Let's go ahead and make up some green glass. Okay, we'll just throw the rest in the sorting system. I mean, it's glass. It would probably, it's all the same thing. It would be faster just to throw it in myself, but gotta give those little copper guys something to do, you know? All right, so let's go ahead and figure out where I need to go here. All right, so let's see. Hey. Also, let's maybe shift to the Silk Touch pickaxe. That'll be a little bit nicer. Oh, right. Okay, it's like, why is that all wet? Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, and then this was, so that's the bubble column. Yeah, okay. All right, so now that's class like so-ish. What did I screw up? Oh, I didn't. I did. This is wrong. Is it wrong? What did I? Wow, I feel like I did something really broken here. Let me go look over at one of these other ones. I feel like my glass is in the wrong place, and I don't know why. Okay, it's just... All right. Block, block, not block, 2 blocks. Okay. Gotcha. Let's see what we're doing now. We are doing the thing. It's a thing. You think. Right, so. Okay, right. So do glass there. We do the panes come up the side here like this. And then this one should also be glass. Yeah. All right. And this will all go up to the top floor. Okay. Woohoo! And now I'm living here forever. Okay, so that's going to go like right there. Why do I feel like I'm off here somehow? Okay, yeah, no, because this is the glass. All right. I got it. I got it. All right, so then this was going to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts us 6. This puts us at the level of the thing there. And this is going to come up this way. All right. Cool. I don't know how high up that is going to go. That's something I'm going to have to play with, but we're getting sort of we're getting something. Yeah, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all of this up this way. Oops. Okay. And what I want to do is, so imagine, if you will. Okay. So I'm going to bring the elevator up. Okay. It's going to come up to the top. I'm gesturing. You can see my hand perhaps, but not what I'm pointing at on screen, right? No, so I'm going to bring these elevators all the way up here. And then somewhere at this level. And where up there, I don't know. Okay. That's something I'm going to have to play with a little bit. I said this is going to come up and I'm going to have a happy ghast sitting up inside a little box at the top of this. Okay. Again, the lore, such as it is that we have harnessed the power of the happy ghast. Because of happy ghasts, we have, this, whatever amazing things are going on here. All the technology is it's only possible because of our happy ghast. Or multiple happy ghasts. And so I'm going to be trying to tell that story by harnessing the happy ghasts in various places. Okay. So we've got them. Oops, I missed a spot down there. Right there. Got it. Okay. Sure. I can. Said I've got the glass, so if I need to, I can dye more. I might have to go back to the city and my ancient city and get more glass from my or get more dye from my cactus farm. I cooked up a bunch of dye from the cactus. Oh, hang on. There we go. Fill that in. Anyways, yeah. So I've obviously I get a lot of cactus out of the cactus farm. That's why you have a cactus farm. Okay, but I don't know how much of it I have cooked up, and I don't really have a good smelter over here. So that's gonna have to be something I sort out, but. I do think that should be concrete under there. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a little awkward. And obviously I'm going to have to take out a bunch of stuff here. And then this. So that one is going to stop there. That bubble column. Because that comes up this way. And then comes under the floor here and whooshes around into all of the storage. Okay. That whooshes into the storage system here. Okay. So, or actually it's not the main storage system, but the farm output, which is over that way where that string just went. Okay. Okay. Oh, I am going to need some blue glass as well. Okay. That's fine. Right. Okay. I've got some things I need to do here. So this actually is going to have to come out. Because I want to be able to actually walk out of this. I know it's weird, but true. Okay. Yeah, because this, what I end up doing here is in the center of this, going all the way to the top. Actually, it's not even the center. It's sort of sits behind the bubbles, right? So you get the bubble columns, right? You get these resin blocks coming up this way. Yeah. So all of that will need to get all of that in place. But because of the way this is all going, I'm going to be running blue glass up the center here. The bubble column stops here. This bubble column stops here because I want the elevators coming up from the floor to drop you onto the second level of the base. Okay, which is great. But obviously this is going all the way up to the top. So what I need to decide is if I just want to do it blue glass all the way up, or if I want to put in water. It won't have the bubbles in it because I'm not going to set that up, but there's still some movement in the flowing water, which I think would look good. So that'll be fine. I just need a little bit of blue glass in it to, or at least on the bottom, right? So that it doesn't, so the water doesn't flow down to where I don't want it. I mean, that seems fair. Okay, so let's see what I've got in the way of blue glass. Should have some. Glass. Okay, I do have some. Wonderful. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, glass is coming in. And it will continue to come in because I just threw a bunch in there. All right. Oh, let's get a couple of buckets of water, shall we? Yes, let's shall. I keep water buckets with the iron. Nice. Okay. I don't have any buckets with water in them, which is fine. We can fix that. I can fix it. I can fix it. It's okay. Just went up too high. All right. All right, so we'll get some water from the sink. All right, so now this one on this side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some blue here. All right, because that's the bubble column. That needs to stop right there. That's going to come up this way. So I think the way this is going to work is we'll bring the resin up to the top. Okay. All right, and then, you know, we'll just pour water down because that's just how this works. Okay. Great. Now, again, we won't have any bubbles, and it kind of stops there because of the glass, which is fine. It needs to stop so that all the items go whooshing out into the storage system. This one, right, this comes out. Right, so this glass just goes all the way to the top. The other thing that's going to be painful on this is getting all of the decorations in place, right? All of the end rods and chains that I've got going around the base of these. Right, you can see them down there. Right, it gives a little bit of sort of an, I don't know. It's a little bit more of an energy vibe going around them, which I think is cool. All right, 1, 2. Okay, so bubble column comes up 1, 2. There. All right. And then this hops in this way. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to run this up here, and then we'll pour some water down on top of that blue glass block that's down here. Okay. Again, so you just come right up here onto the scaffolding, and out you go. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay. All right, now what I did not bring up was a lot of glass panes, but I left a crafting table up here, so let's craft up a few glass panes. These guys come up here. Now I've got all that concrete around the outside there. I think that all needs to come out, actually. Because I think the way I set this up, and I'll take it out here in a minute, but you can see down there is I've got a gap around the outside of this. Now there will be obviously that path out from the elevator out and onto the floor because, you know, it's nice to be able to have something to walk on, you know. Oh, am I still on the, yep. Oopsies. That, my friends, was the sound of failure. All right. But that's okay. We can get past these little problems and move on to bigger problems. Like eating carrots. That is totally a bigger problem that some of us have. Okay. Yeah, so we'll get this up here. And yeah, I have no idea. So I think, so that'll be right where that deep slate is. So I'm going to have black terracotta that's going to come around to the top of this. I think that's going to be, that's just going to be what it is. Okay, right, this comes out. Oh, right, because keeping the, right, okay. There is a glass block there. It is going to come up and be panes. But if the block is there because of, oops, no, stop. The block is there to keep water in, so it can stay there. You're not going to be able to see it real well anyway. And that the redstone levels are not ones that I expect to be on very often, right? All of this, where all of this redstone and all these hoppers and all this nonsense is. Yeah, this is all sort of backstage area, right? Not going to be back here often. So the fact that that's a glass block there isn't going to hurt anything. But that does mean, I think if this is all going to come out. Oh, right. Yeah, the water. Okay. So that is going to stay there. That's going to continue up. I think what I'm going to do, just to keep things a little bit kind of energy and magical, I think we'll just run that across that way. Why? Okay, no, that's correct, right? Is it? Oh yeah, no, it's correct. It's sticking out the one block, right? That those would go away. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Normally there would be a gap there, and I just filled it in with the, yeah, okay. No, sure, makes sense. We will just pretend like it makes sense. Okay, all of you out there who are thinking, that kind of makes sense, maybe? Yeah, you're right. Totally makes sense. We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with all the sensical stuff, right? And maybe nonsensical, but we're gonna pretend like it makes sense, and we're just going to build all of this glass. It's gonna be wonderful. Okay, just wait and see. Almost landed on that chain. That would have been uncomfortable in some uncomfortable places. Gotta watch out for that. You know, I did something similar with that water stream on the other side. What did I do? Because there's another bubble vader over here. Oh yeah, I just did glass. Okay. Now that stopped there. Okay, so what I can do, because I'm not... Okay, so that can go up that way. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. I have scaffolding, right? Yes, all right. That wasn't scaffolding. That doesn't even kind of look like scaffolding. It's just weird. All right, so yeah, I can come over here. We'll take out this blue glass. And I'll end up doing the same thing on the other side, is I'll just drop all that down, and right, we get all the goodness. Awesome. This glass doesn't need to be there. That kind of sort of does, at least for now. As I bring zombie villagers up here, it does kind of need to be up there. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's there. Kind of want to take that out, but it's okay. It's all right. Can leave it. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this up to the top as well. Okay. And right, it's going to come up this way. So all right, how high is this? That is Y level 209. Okay. And 9. Okay. Let's bring it all up to this level so it's all the same anyway. I said it might be all the same and wrong, but that's okay. That's okay. I can deal with the general wrongness of that. General wrongness is not the person you want to have leading your army. Just thinking that might be not the correct choice. It might in fact be the wrong choice. Yeah, that's somebody who can never get elected. Vote for wrong. Wrong is right for Congress. Yeah, no, I just don't think that would quite work the way we're thinking. Okay, it's like those dentists. You know, every once in a while you'll see an ad for a dentist, Mr. I am Hurt or something like that, right? That's Dr. Hurt. It's a name, not a philosophy. Okay, so how are we doing here? I think we're doing okay. Okay, there's just a lot of glass to put up, but we're getting there. All right. Yes. This blue glass up here. Okay. So I got that, and then I've got 2 more elevators. One over there and one over there. Right up through with those beacon beams. That's the other thing I need to do is when I build the top of this, I need to be sure that I don't cover this blue block, right? Or over there where those beacons are, something solid. I want to have beacons coming up through the center of this elevator, just like I have it coming up through the center of those ones as well. Okay. Those beacons are actually part of the decor. They're also helpful, but they're part of the decor. So I want to be sure that, you know, the beams actually can go up. But that's why I need to go figure out my wither skeleton situation. And why I set up the little egg farm. Because I need beacons. Now again, I only need 2 here. But there are a couple of other places where I think I'm going to want them. Ow. Oh. That's why it made a clangy sound. Okay, I landed on the chains. Yeah, good thing. All right. Okay, we're good on glass. All right, let's go ahead and bring this up to the top. Now, yeah, well, that is definitely something I'm going to sort out. All right, so I think I'm going to do the same thing on that one. We'll pour water down on both of these. So right there and right there. Okay, this one's already set, so we can just go and pour that down. And I think I've got the glass in place down there too. So yeah, see, that gives the same sort of look. It doesn't have the bubbles through it like we've got lower down, but the color is the same, and that's kind of the important part here. All right. Ah, darn it, missed it. I missed my floor twice. Glad I don't have to do that in an elevator. It's like, oh, all right, it's coming up. Jump off when you get to your floor. Yeah, that would just be awkward. I mean, I can't time things in Minecraft. I'm definitely not going to be able to time them in real life. Okay. Oh, I don't think I'm going to fly. Yeah, this is all going to look good. So I think I may be cutting some windows through these walls here, especially these ones. But they're not going to be big. They're not going to be the big bay windows that we've got on the end. They'll just be some smaller, like, almost like portholes, right? Okay, go up top. Yeah, okay. Like, do I have glass panes? The answer to that is yes. All right, how are we doing on time? Doing okay. Do need to stop here pretty soon though, so we'll get the glass up to the top. Yeah, I have to work tonight, so I need to be sure I've got a little time between when I'm done with stream and when I need to start working to get a few things done. You know, throw together a quick thumbnail and, you know, all that good stuff. Of course, this thumbnail is pretty much going to look like the last one. Ah, cheese monkeys. All right. We're on the ground now. I have some thoughts about this area down here. I don't know quite how I want to make it work, but what I'm thinking about doing is having moss and flowers and stuff spreading out from where these energy beams are hitting the mesa. So it's like these beams are helping to bring life to this area. No. Okay. Oh, we're good. Everything's great. Okay. Yeah, totally where I want it to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I can do it. Look, I did it. I jumped on things. All right, so we'll get these towers all the way up. Okay. Woohoo. Okay. I'm going to have to double check. I'm not entirely sure I've got enough glass. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. All right. Okay, so let's get up here and because I think I've got. Is that all of the corners? Yeah, the corners are all up. Just need to do this side right here. Because I think I did the other side already, so I think we're going to be good. All right, yeah. Yeah. We're all of the glass is in place here now too, so. Yeah, I've got 2 more elevators to go, but that's going to be a problem for future me. I don't have time to do that tonight, but. Okay, yeah. Plus, obviously, I've got to get all the decor in place, right? I don't have all of the end rods and chains and stuff. Okay, but yeah, that's starting to look. Here, we'll free camp for a minute. That's starting to look better. So as I bring the beams up, right? All of the right, those end rods and chains, right? Bring that sort of energy look as it's coming up the sides. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. This is in fact starting to look like an office block. That's okay. That's all right. We'll make it work. Yeah, it definitely feels like I need a little bit of something here to break this up a little bit. I don't know what, but a little bit of something there might be good. I mean, I could run. I don't think I want to run orange through the blue section, but if I run some glass or something here, I don't know. I got to figure out some colors, but it's starting to get there. Okay. Yep. Obviously, I've got a long way to go, but it's definitely starting to get there, which, I'm happy about. Okay. How are we doing? Oh, sorting is done. See, yes, I like an auto sorting system. I really do. Now, I did throw some other things in here, so I'll probably have some leftovers. Yeah. I don't have a candle box, so I should probably put that in. Maybe I'll put that over there. Next to the rails. That might be a thing. Plus I've got a few other things that it's like, oh. Charcoal should go into the ore chest. The lever should go in the redstone chest. I don't know why it didn't. Cod I don't have sorted out into the food yet. So I've got a few things. I just need to go update my filters. But these filters are easy to update, man. They are so easy. Right? I should have brought that stuff with me to do that, but it's so easy, right? I just come up here, find the chest I want to update, add it to the filter chest here, and that's it. That's all I need to do, and it just works. So, yeah. Quick, easy, not a problem. So, it's just a matter of doing it, which is why I wasn't overly concerned. Oh, hey, about the squid. Which is why I wasn't overly concerned about having all of the items I needed for each filter. Because, like, all right, if once it hits the overflow, I can go update the filters, and I don't have to worry about having it all in place right at the beginning. No, we can just update them as we need to. So the copper golems are great for that. So, all right. Well, on that note, though, I think it is going to be a good place to stop. I want to thank all of you for being here. You've been awesome and amazing. If you want to be even awesomer and amazinger, check out musicfreegaming.com. You can join my list of supporters. If you want to help support the channel that way, that would be fabulous. Of course, the best way to support the channel is to follow, subscribe, whatever your platform of choice does. Turn on notifications so when I go live, the platform will let you know. YouTube or Twitch or Kick will let you know when I'm live. So that is all sorts of awesome. My next stream is going to be Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So be sure to check that action out. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.